This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
And I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi, who are laboring on this Labor Day.
We are laboring, but we're happy to bring the good news that we're not dealing with as bad of storms as we have been. I mean, maybe a little rain, but we'll take this dryness and the sun.
Absolutely. You know, we still have a kind of lingering effect left over from Hermine in the form of maybe slightly enhanced shower chances today compared to the next several days. Anyway, it's going to be pretty dry, a chance to dry out, you know. So that'll be nice things. We have today about a 50% chance that you'll get some showers later on in the afternoon. You can already see a few in progress over on the other coast. That's where they're going to start first today, over on the other coast. They'll gradually drift across the state into our neck of the woods, bringing us late afternoon, early evening, showers and thunderstorms building in inland areas, then gradually drifting to the coast as they die out. Daytime highs will be in the low 90s, so a nice day to be at the beach. We'll have the complete forecast for you coming up in just a few.
Thank you, John. So maybe traffic will pick up as people head out to the beach, but right now, for the most part, everything's looking good with the days off from school and work. But there is one accident to take note of. It's on 41 northbound, right there at 37th Street Court. That's in the Palmetto area. So be aware of that. People are heading up to the Sunshine Skyway Bridge. But other than that, everything is moving along. A little bit of a back up there at the Cortez Road intersection as you head north on 41. But no issues or delays, no accidents other than the one in Palmetto all over the Suncoast right now. And topping our news this morning, residents in Manatee County are still recovering from the impact of Tropical Storm Hermine.
The storm leaving several neighborhoods and streets underwater. Now ABC 7's Kate Flexter has the latest on the damage.
Here at Burgundy Condos in Bradenton, the pile of water-soaked furniture only seems to grow. All personal items left behind in the wake of Tropical Storm Hermine.
There has been nothing more heart-wrenching and heartbreaking to see the items that are piled up in the bins.
For Nancy Sitter, the loss is personal. She lives in Burgundy condominiums and on Thursday could do nothing but watch as the creek in her backyard began to flood.
And watching the water inch up to the back of my lanai, I knew that we were in trouble.
The situation only got worse as water reached her doorstep.
And all of a sudden, I turned around and faced the front door, and it was a river coming in. There was a current.
And then filled her apartment, soaking her belongings.
You just had to weather it.
But for some, it was too much to weather, leaving behind their homes and personal belongings. On Sunday, many returned to the damage, throwing out what couldn't be salvaged and holding on to what could.
Me, I got in the second day, started clearing things up, pulling carpet out, pad, drying, loading the fans.
For Tim Hibbs, the damage is minimal. In his 16 years of living in this apartment, it's flooded 3 times, and he was ready.
I always recommend that for people that live in areas that they know might flood. Keep all your valuables in Rubbermaid tubs, keep them up. Just make sure, when you get the rain coming, be aware of the flood water, how it's coming and how fast it is.
Hibbs says this is another reminder to be prepared for anything.
I know that there's always that potential that it could flood or it could happen whether I'm here or not. So at least that way I'm safe and I can save a lot of things.
Today, emergency management was on scene assessing the damage. And if that damage exceeds $1.3 million on a county level, then Manatee County may qualify for FEMA funding. For information on how to report any building damage, log on to mysuncoast.com. From Bradenton, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
I just can't even imagine, like you wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom or something and all of a sudden you're in water. You have no idea what's going on.
It was really sad. I was able to get into some homes and just to see what they're dealing with and having to go buy pumps last minute and pump it all out of their homes and save their furniture. It is very sad and it's hard. I can't imagine going through that.
Indeed. It's scary as well. Now in Sarasota County, Lido Beach still showing effects of the storm.
Yeah, the shoreline is already shrinking, but when Hermine hit, it only intensified the problem. And as the shoreline erodes, it's adding urgency to the debate of dredging Big Pass Shoal. The city of Sarasota, along with the Army Corps of Engineers, plans to use the sand between Lido Key and Siesta Key to build an 80-foot berm to protect Lido Beach. But some are concerned that it will have a negative impact on Siesta Key, but the city's engineer says dredging is necessary and increasingly urgent.
We know that we're getting more storms, more severe storms at least, and so providing a way to protect our shoreline, both our structures, our roadway, but also our habitats for the turtles and the birds, gets to be more and more important as these storms get to be more severe.
The city will assess the damage from Tropical Storm Hermine and figure out how to now move forward with the dredging in the coming weeks. Well, the recent rainfall is causing now a traffic nightmare on Clark Road. 2 holes have formed on the road, causing officials to close it while repairs are underway.
The damage is located east of the Myakka River State Park and west of Seidel Road in Arcadia. The excessive rainwater caused a washout, leading to erosion beneath the asphalt. Now, a 6-foot hole has formed on the north side of the shoulder on State Road 72, while another 6-foot hole was found under the westbound lane. Sarasota County is working with nearby DeSoto County to ensure emergency response times for residents east of the closures will not be affected. FDOT says the road could be back open as early as Wednesday. They also have set up a detour for drivers heading west on Clark Road. Drivers are being directed to take Seidel Road north to Sugar Bowl Road, then to connect to I-75 south using State Road 70.
In honor of Labor Day today, most Sarasota and Manatee County government offices will be closed. County libraries and recreation centers are included in those closures. MCAT and SCAT services will also not be running today. Trash collection will be delayed by 1 day for the remainder of the week. However, all county parks and beaches that are normally open on Mondays will remain open. Meanwhile, AAA and Budweiser want to make sure you party responsibly this Labor Day. Tow to Go will be running through 6 a.m. tomorrow. If you have too much to drink and need a ride home for you and your car, the service is offered to everyone, even if you're not a member of AAA. If you need a ride home, just call 855-2TOW-2GO. And if you have the day off, and are looking for something to do this morning as part of the Englewood Pioneer Days, the Labor Day Parade and Festival will be held today. Festival Park opens at 8 a.m. this morning with the parade beginning at 9. It will come down Old Englewood Road and go to Dearborn Restaurant. The festivities will continue at Pioneer Park with contests, music, and award presentations until 3 o'clock this afternoon. The events will go on, rain or shine.
And speaking of Englewood's Pioneer Days, fishermen and women packed Tom Adams Bridge over the weekend for the 7th annual Michael O'Donnell Memorial Fish-a-thon as part of the festival. One of this year's winners a little younger than the usual fisherman.
So my brother was in 3rd place, and he caught like snook. He caught a snook. My mom reeled it in for him, for he can catch it for him.
My mom caught a snook. Englewood Pioneer Days wraps up today at Pioneer Park, as Rebecca mentioned. And veterans and community members are paying their respects to those who gave their lives in the Vietnam War. The Southwest Florida Vietnam Memorial Wall officially opened this weekend for viewing, as the memorial honors more than 58,000 men and women and replicates features from the well-known memorial in Washington, D.C.
Brings back a lot of memories to a lot of us, but it's all good memories, because we know that these men are being honored for what they did for their country.
I knew someone from my hometown that was killed in the war, and I came to find his name, and I found it. I'm just proud to be here.
Officials say the project began 2.5 years ago, and besides a few finishing touches, work on the memorial is essentially completed.
The new Players Center in Lakewood Ranch is now one step closer to development. According to the Herald Tribune, 2 architectural firms have been selected to design the new 3-theater complex in the Waterside Village. A construction company based in Sarasota will build this new theater, and the plans include a 480-seat main stage with balcony seating, a 125-seat black box theater, and 100-seat cabaret space. There will also be a rooftop bar, and the public will be able to give their own input on this design of the new theater during a reception on September 30th at the Polo Grill in Lakewood Ranch. The Humane Society of Sarasota County wants to see some cute photos of your pets. The Humane Society is hosting a pet photo contest, and this year's theme is pets acting like humans. Pet parents should submit photos of pets doing its best human impression, and it is a $10 donation to the Humane Society to enter this contest and a $1 donation to vote. The winners will be featured in the 2017 calendar. Very cute.
Yeah.
I think that owners look like their pets anyway.
Acting like humans.
That will be really fun. I think you can have little Zoe do that.
I'd like to get little Zoe to mow the lawn. That'd be great.
That could be really cute, having her on the boat.
Exactly.
Yeah, I like that. There you go. That's an idea.
Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast for you today. We'll talk about that coming up in a few.
All right. Nothing like Tropical Storm Hermine, though. It put a damper on many holiday weekend plans for people, but not just in Florida. We'll show you the destruction in the storm's path in multiple states now. That's coming up.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
For Florida homes.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Temperatures on the Suncoast are rising and the deals are hotter than ever during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. You'll feel cooler than ever when you drive away in a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $19,999, or take home a stylish new Jeep Renegade for just $17,999. How about a new 2016 Jeep Patriot for just $14,999? Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota.
The official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Download ABC7's free all-new news app at your app store today. Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Well, pretty decent start to the day with 77-degree air temperature. Dew point is at 72. We have a northeast wind lightly blowing at about 6 miles per hour. And we have a fairly quiet sky out there. Temperatures across the region are pretty uniform, coming in the upper 70s most everywhere. 77 in Wauchula, Arcadia, Myakka, Northport, Lakewood Ranch, Sarasota, Venice, Inglewood. 76 degrees in Bradenton and Parrish, and Punta Gorda coming in a little cooler at 75. So across the region right now, we still have plenty of humidity to tap into today. Aloft as well, sufficient, so that what we will see will be this kind of little trough of low pressure that still exists across the state, caused by kind of like the wake of a boat as Hermine is now lifted off toward the northeast. It's kind of left this behind. And what we'll notice that is as this continues to sink southward across the state of Florida, and we get a little bit of daytime heating helping to destabilize the atmosphere, we'll see showers and thunderstorms form. First, they'll be in inland areas, and then they'll gradually drift toward the Gulf waters as they die out. The timing for this probably in the second half of the afternoon into the evening hours. We'll watch those showers build. You can kind of see left over the line of clouds that exists, and wrapping up back around that area of what is now low pressure from post-tropical storm Hermine, as it continues to sling back its moisture along the Atlantic coast and even the mid-Atlantic coast. So it will still impact some of the beachgoers up there in New York and Long Island, and really on all the way up into down East Maine. It'll eventually continue to lift northward, moving up toward the Canadian Maritimes, where it dies out in the Labrador currents. High pressure for us sinks south, builds in, gives us our wind flow out of the east, draws down some drier air, and kind of reduces the number of rain shower chances that we get over the next several days. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, maybe Friday, all seem to be pretty dry days. So if you had any outdoor activities that had to be done, why, next couple of days might be a good choice, since we're still in summer and rain showers are pretty much a lock each and every day. I think the driest of the next probably 7 or 8 days will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week. Scattered showers will start to build in inland areas in response to that daytime heating and the easterly wind flow. They'll come at us from the other coast, from inland areas, drift toward our coast, and then drier air moves in tomorrow. We'll have kind of a mix in sun and clouds for most of the day today, so it won't be a terrible day by any stretch of the imagination. It'll be kind of nice, actually. It's just tomorrow we'll see a lot fewer rain showers as that dry air, indicated here by this tan color, kind of sinks southward. The RPM computer model signifies the rain showers that do pop up today. Some of them could produce some fairly heavy rainfall, so watch for that late in the afternoon into the evening hours. Pop or two of lightning possible. Not much happening tomorrow in terms of rainfall or on Thursday. Quick look at the tropics. 2 areas of concern, of course. Our post-tropical storm, not an issue. It continues away. You may have seen some things on the internet about this tropical wave that might develop into something huge. I don't think so. It moves to the west, and it does impact areas of Puerto Rico, Hispaniola over the course of the next 24 hours. But its westward motion should continue. Only about a 20 to 30% chance of development over the next 5 days from the Hurricane Center right now. Forecast for boating, not too bad. Just watch those thunderstorms late in the day. East wind coming in, shifting northeast. You'll have a light chop with 2-foot seas or so. And over the next several days, about a 20% chance of storms. That's it. I doubt we see a whole lot of rainfall tomorrow, certainly. And daytime highs in the low 90s. Back to you.
Thank you, John. As far as the roadways this morning, still that accident being reported in Palmetto at 41 northbound there. We can go up there just slightly. Yes, it is right there, 41 in the northbound lanes of 37th Street Court. Not causing slowdowns just yet, though. The Palmetto bridges are clear, so is the interstate this morning. Not seeing any major slowdowns. Looks like just north of the State Road 64 exit there, heading north on the interstate. It's a little slow going this morning. 41 picking up in volume around State Road 70, but in Sarasota it's all clear, smooth sailing on 41, the arteries at 75 and the interstate. As you head into Venice and Northport, also no accidents or delays. Well, September is National Yoga Awareness Month, so we sent Donnie out to talk to the yogis.
Yeah, I could have just done it right here. You're into yoga, aren't you?
I am, yeah.
I should be. Very stiff, very tight.
Get flexible and meditate, focus.
Exactly. And many people involved in yoga, well, every month is yoga month for them.
Those who practice yoga are already immersed in it, so when National Yoga Awareness Month kicks off on Thursday, let's just say they won't be patting themselves on the back for the national shout-out.
No, yoga's about humility, so being recognized is not important. Every day sparks something special for me, so the fact that it's yoga month, nice for others, but doesn't mean anything to me.
Brett Bigelow has been aware of yoga for a long time now.
First thing that would have popped in my head is Jane Fonda initially.
He knew of yoga, but was unaware of all it could offer.
I thought I needed to stretch more, was why I started. And then you come to find out that there is an entire side of you that's been dormant. And it awakens energies and motivations and thoughts.
It awakens so much, but it did not awaken the knowledge that September is National Yoga Month.
I wasn't aware of it, and for it to be a several thousand-year-old tradition, to give it a month seems insignificant.
Raising the visibility, however, is never a problem for Stephanie. She left the gym scene and believes that, like her, others will see the wisdom in embracing yoga.
I was finding that the older I get, it became a little bit aggressive. The weights, the gym, the loud music, the noise, and I started craving a softer, deeper kind of practice.
For that reason, the yoga community will continue to make every day special for yoga because yoga has made every day special for them.
Hopefully, the students who are already here, already taking yoga, they kind of honor it every day. Every day is yoga month for them. But it's nice if we can get some more people interested in it because the benefits are crazy healthy for you.
For the man who came in to stretch his muscles, he found out a life lesson that is very apropos with these storm systems hovering nearby this week.
There is a great strength in being able to adapt to every situation, and that's part of it, is that the tree that bends survives the weather better. And that's, I think, what I found in it.
Awesome.
Yes, Confucius said, the tree that bends survived the weather.
That's true. It does have a lot of great benefits, more than just physical.
I know. See, I'm talking about stretching, getting loose, but there's a lot more.
Yeah, strength and everything.
Yeah, mind, body, and soul. Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
A nationwide manhunt is now underway for a man who escaped police custody in Las Vegas. We'll show you how he got away coming up.
On Saturday, September 10th, thousands will walk together at Nathan Benderson Park for the 2016 Suncoast Heart Walk. I'm Scott Dennis, ABC 7. Join us for an inspiring, fun-filled day as we raise funds, celebrate survivors, and honor loved ones lost. The Suncoast Heart Walk is the American Heart Association's premier event to fight cardiovascular diseases. The 2016 Suncoast Heart Walk, September 10th. And for more information, visit suncoastheartwalk.org and take the first steps towards living a heart-healthy life.
40 Carats Family Center presents a free speaker event, The Gift of Failure, How the Best Parents Learn to Let Go So Their Children Can Succeed, by Jessica Leahy at Hyatt Regency Sarasota on Monday, September 12th. RSVP required at 40carats.org.
I'm a lawyer spokesperson. This is an important message for anyone who took the prescription drug Xarelto or Pradaxa and had a serious bleeding event. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered from a serious bleeding event,
call 800-220-8268 immediately.
Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious internal bleeding, stroke, and death.
Call 800-220-8268 immediately.
You may be entitled to compensation. Call now for a free consultation.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
It's Lincoln's summer sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKZ for only $299 per month, or a 2016 Lincoln MKX, Lincoln's premium sports utility vehicle, for $339 per month. We also have a great selection of certified pre-owned vehicles. Drive with the confidence of a 6-year, 100,000-mile comprehensive warranty and complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, family-owned and operated, and winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
You only have one life. Are you gambling with it? 1 in 3 adults have high blood pressure. Not knowing your numbers could cause you to lose, big time. Luckily, you can turn the odds in your favor by getting your blood pressure checked today. Don't leave your health to chance. Learn more at heart.org/HPB.
A message from the Pulaski Law Firm. You started there right out of high school, learned your trade and did it well. And the asbestos you handled, well, that was just part of the job. If you worked in the trades and were diagnosed with mesothelioma, get the best care available. Then call us. You may be entitled to financial compensation without ever going to court.
Call 800-236-4994.
And see how we can help. Mesothelioma. Don't fight it alone.
Welcome back at 6:24. A murder suspect is on the run this morning after a stunning escape from police custody.
ABC's Diane Macedo has the details.
In this morning's GMA First Look, a massive manhunt for the suspected murderer, seen here in custody at a North Las Vegas police station moments before making a mysterious escape.
He was in handcuffs, and when the detective stepped out, he actually twisted the handcuffs until they broke.
Authorities say that's when 25-year-old Alonzo Perez made a break for it, fleeing this police compound on Friday undetected and stealing a truck from this nearby rental company.
This is extremely rare. In fact, we don't ever hear of instances like this because, quite frankly, handcuffs aren't made to break.
Perez is wanted in the shooting death of Muhammad Robinson, a 31-year-old father of 4. This morning, the victim's sister says she's both furious and frightened.
I want him found, and I want him to pay for what he did.
And we'll have more on the manhunt coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Diane Macedo, ABC News, New York.
Your body was made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis. Before you and your rheumatologist move to another treatment, ask if Xeljanz is right for you. Xeljanz is a small pill for adults with moderate to severe RA for whom methotrexate did not work well. Xeljanz can reduce joint pain and swelling in as little as 2 weeks and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, lymphoma, and other cancers have happened. Don't start Xeljanz if you have an infection. Tears in the stomach or intestines, low blood cell counts, and higher liver tests and cholesterol levels have happened. Your doctor should perform blood tests before you start and while taking Xeljanz, and monitor certain liver tests. Tell your doctor if you are in a region where fungal infections are common, and if you have had TB, hepatitis B or C, or are prone to infections. Xeljanz can reduce the symptoms of RA, even without methotrexate, and is also available in a once-daily pill. Ask about Xeljanz XR.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC 7. We're here for you.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who had an IVC filter placed to prevent blood clots from traveling to their heart or lungs. Did your IVC filter move, break, or cause organ damage? The FDA warns that IVC filters may cause serious complications, such as heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, even death. If you or a loved one suffered serious complications, call IVC Filter Helpline now. You may be entitled to compensation. IVC filters are designed to prevent blood clots. If your IVC filter moved or broke and you suffered heart or lung damage, internal bleeding, or if a loved one died as a result, call IVC Filter Helpline today. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You'll pay nothing unless there's a recovery in your favor. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone. Call IVC Filter Helpline now.
Please call 800-897-6764. That is 800-897-6764.
At Sunset Subaru in Sarasota, we make sure you get the most for your money. More years, more miles, and when you're ready to sell, you'll get more money back. Come fall in love with the longest-lasting vehicle in its class, the Subaru Outback. Or lease a new 2017 Subaru Forester for just $209 a month. Or get 0% financing right now during the Subaru A Lot to Love event. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Get ready, college football fans. When you buy a $5 or more Fantasy 5 ticket and enter your team's drawing, you could win great prizes like team merchandise, tickets to your team's games, and other bowl game experiences. You could even win a championship weekend prize pack in Tampa or $10,000 cash. Fantasy 5 from the Florida Lottery. Just imagine.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories, custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sunny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Coming up on Good Morning Suncoast, the coast is clear in Florida from Tropical Storm Hermine, but we'll show you how it's impacting the rest of the eastern seaboard.
Plus, a warning for those looking to give donations to people affected by the flooding here in Florida.
Punishments could be coming in the wake of a bench-clearing brawl at the Booker Sarasota game Friday night.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Welcome back. I'm Rebecca Vargas.
No, I'm Don Brennan, along with John Scalzi. We'll show you that video and talk about that. But also, Manatee's game was pushed out. Manatee and Palmetto will play tonight at 7 o'clock.
Hopefully they won't have rain, because I know we're going to be dry during the day, but maybe towards the evening hours they might get that again.
I think we'll see our showers start to come our way near the coastline a little closer to the evening hours. You know, so we'll see how it plays out. But from about 5 o'clock to maybe 7 o'clock, might have some issues around. But it won't be widespread. Yeah, you know, it won't be widespread. It'll be kind of hit and miss kind of showers. So, you know, you might look up. As far as our showers go currently, things are pretty quiet out there. I think most of the daylight hours are going to be pretty nice. We'll have a lot of sunshine mixed with some fair weather clouds. You see some showers over on the other coast, all associated with a little trough of low pressure that continues to sink southward. We'll have daytime highs today that top out in the low 90s, so it'll be a nice warm afternoon. And again, watch for later in the day those showers and thunderstorms coming from inland areas and gradually drifting to the coast. Complete forecast in a few.
And as far as traffic's concerned, it is Labor Day, so a lot of people are off of work. School is off, and not a lot of going on the roadways. There is an accident to tell you about on 41 northbound at 37th Street Court in Palmetto. As you're heading towards the Sunshine Skyway Bridge, be aware of that. There is a little bit of fallout, as you see. A little bit of traffic pending from that. Otherwise, everything is looking good in Palmetto and Ellington area and Manatee County. In the middle of Manatee County, everything is moving along nicely there as well. Heading down into Sarasota County, no issues on 75, 301, and 41. All is moving along nicely this early in the morning.
Well, topping our news this half hour, Tropical Storm Hermine forcing people all across the eastern seaboard now to change their Labor Day weekend plans as the storm sweeps up the coast.
The storm killed 2 people in the south and forced those living along the shoreline to evacuate their homes up north. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest.
Hermine continues to batter the northeast.
You can feel it in the house when the waves hit, the pilings shake.
Now a post-tropical cyclone, the former hurricane is churning up dangerous waves and potentially life-threatening rip currents.
Lifeguards have been very, very careful with keeping people out of the water.
Governors along the eastern seaboard are taking emergency precautions. New York City beaches are shut down for the 2nd day in a row, and New Jersey has declared a state of emergency in some coastal counties. Crews have been working through the weekend, building up sand dunes to keep the storm surge at bay.
Ferocious, absolutely ferocious.
Hermine slammed into Florida Friday as a Category 1 hurricane with 80-mile-per-hour winds, tossing trees, exploding power lines, and causing death.
I look out my window and we have an ocean on our front porch.
Hermine then turned towards Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia with torrential rain, leaving some entire neighborhoods underwater and caving in this giant sinkhole. Hermine remains a powerful storm that's expected to sit just off the coast of southern New England for days. And officials are once again urging people to use caution and to stay out of the water, even if the weather seems decent, as the threat of potentially deadly rip currents remains extremely high. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, Washington.
Here in Florida, Governor Rick Scott spent the weekend touring the areas affected by Tropical Storm Hermine. He was in Pasco County yesterday to assess the damage there with emergency management officials and also the Pasco County Sheriff's Office. There are 4 areas in Pasco that have been ordered to evacuate, while 6 other areas were under self-evacuation during the storm. County officials say that flooding will continue to impact the area until the middle of the week.
And in light of the flooding and damage from the storm, the Florida Commissioner of Agriculture is warning on donating money to charities in the aftermath of this storm. Charitable organizations are required to register with the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services before accepting donations. If you want to donate to a charity, you should check to see if the organization is registered by visiting the website freshfromflorida.com. You should also check how much of the money goes to the individual the charity is intending to help. Any suspicious charities should be reported by calling 1-800-HELP-FLA. Well, now that Tropical Storm Hermine has moved north, we're now dealing with the damage here.
ABC 7's Kate Flexter tells us those near Lido Beach are still seeing the effects.
Here on Lido Beach, the shoreline is shrinking, so when Tropical Storm Hermine hit, it only intensified the problem. Carl Schofstall has walked Lido Beach nearly every morning for 14 years.
It is the most beautiful place on the earth as far as I'm concerned.
But over time, he's watched his slice of paradise slowly wash away as the shoreline continues to shrink.
We need the sand. It's at a critical mass.
A situation only magnified in the wake of Tropical Storm Hermine.
We can't take another one. We can't take another storm.
And as the shoreline erodes, it adds urgency to a controversial debate, dredging Big Pass Shoal. The city of Sarasota, along with the Army Corps of Engineers, plans to use the sand between Lido Key and Siesta Key to build an 80-foot berm to protect Lido Beach. But in past interviews, Siesta Key residents told us they're concerned that the project would permanently impact Siesta Key beaches. They've even filed a lawsuit against the city and the Army Corps of Engineers.
Without assurances, scientific assurances that everything will be fine, it seems foolhardy to continue down the path and take the sand from that shoal.
But city engineer Alex Davis Shaw says dredging is necessary and increasingly urgent.
We know that we're getting more storms, more severe storms at least, and so providing a way to protect our shoreline, both our structures, our roadway, but also our habitats for the turtles and the birds, gets to be more and more important as these storms get to be more severe.
Renourishment is also incredibly costly. In the past 10 years, millions were invested in maintaining Lido Beach. Davis Shaw says it's a cost paid back in tourist dollars.
It's a necessary investment to keep Sarasota County on the list for, a great destination to visit and to recreate, and so, it pays for itself.
For Schofstall, the investment is mostly sentimental, but it's also physical. As the shoreline washes away, he worries the draw of Lido Key might wash away with it.
If they don't turn around and have this, it's going to impact their businesses. It is an economic nightmare if we don't get sand.
The city plans to assess the damage from Hermine over the next few weeks and decide how to move forward. From Lido Beach, Kate Flexter, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Eyes on national security. The rally is expected to begin at 1:45 at the USF Student Recreation Center, and doors will open at 11:45 tomorrow morning. Meanwhile, members of Congress will return to Washington this week for a short session. Lawmakers have the task this month to keep the government from shutting down on October 1st and approve the spending measure. Congress could also decide on funding to fight against the Zika virus.
One of the most popular trails in Everglades National Park will close temporarily. It's one of the final steps in the rebuilding project. Park officials say Anhinga Trail will be closed Wednesday through early next month. The boardwalk on the trail has already been rebuilt, and officials say the closure is necessary to finish the trail's paved portion. There are new questions this morning about an earthquake that hit the Midwest over the weekend. The earthquake has now caused wells linked to fracking to be shut down. The 5.6 magnitude quake was felt from Texas to Nebraska. It's tied for the strongest ever earthquake to hit Oklahoma. Officials are now looking into whether the quake was man-made.
Several of the larger earthquakes in Oklahoma over the past few years have been linked to wastewater disposal from oil and gas production.
Scientists say a lot of the water comes from the process of fracking, causing tremors once the water is injected back into the deep wells. Oklahoma has had 900 earthquakes with a magnitude of 3 or higher in the last year. The state is now calling for water disposal wells to be shut down around the epicenter of the earthquake.
In Washington, D.C., the Department of Public Works is trying to clean up a trash mix-up. A 2-year-old girl was given a $75 fine for littering after Public Works officials found a letter with her name on it in an alley near her house. Then given another letter notifying her that she violated D.C.'s littering code. Her parents were furious and asked to speak to a supervisor about the violation, but the supervisor never called them back. A spokesman for the department says they apologized for the mistake, but they were just doing their jobs. The family says this letter must have fallen out of their trash.
She's not a criminal. And that's the ironic thing, is that we talk to her all the time about picking up trash.
The department later cleared the violation and did not fine the family or issue a citation.
Tropical storm Hermine washed away all the Manatee County football games Friday night, and it's unfortunate that all the Sarasota games were not postponed because it got pretty ugly early in the Booker-Sarasota game. First quarter bench clearing brawl led to 7 ejections, and you see somebody getting stomped on right here, right there. It's coming up on the side of your screen on the right side, right there. It's ugly. Too ugly. You shouldn't be doing that. Shouldn't see that. And maybe once the FHSAA looks into it, there will be more punishment. Sarasota got off to a big start and never looked back, won the game. But the frustrations, well, they boiled over from the outset, and it took every coach on hand and every official to keep it from getting worse. And it looked like it could have gotten real bad had they not done that. And ABC 7 will keep you abreast of any further punishment handed down, if there is any.
Oh, boy.
Laps will be run.
Oh, that's not going to be fun for them.
Probably
on
more
Tuesday.
than laps.
Yes, exactly. Laps.
Yeah.
Showers and thunderstorms in the forecast. We'll talk about that in a second.
The agents at SWC would like to show you pictures of all the homes that they've sold quickly for their clients. But they're just too many to show. Contact SWC today and find out for yourself. We just market your home better.
So you've decided to go to college. That's cool. So pop quiz. Which is a better way to earn your degree? Commute to college and fill your gas tank, get stuck in traffic, drive in bad weather, try to find a parking space, walk a half-mile to class, or learn online at Independence University. You don't go to college. College goes to you. That's independence. That's Independence University. And all your supplies, including a brand new laptop and tablet, are included with tuition. Independence U for an independent you.
1-800-350-9872.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
They took that stress and that tension when I was particularly feeling very bad after that nasty car accident, and it was such a relief to know that I didn't have to bear that burden alone, that I had help.
Our goal is to not just get a satisfactory settlement on their case. We want them up on their feet, happy again. They've gotten their life back.
Getting older shouldn't mean giving up all the things she loves to do. It should just mean, well, finding new ways to do them. Right at Home's professional team thoughtfully selects caregivers to provide help with personal care, housekeeping, and of course, meal preparation.
Oh, that smells so good.
Oh, and it tastes good too.
We can provide the right care right at home.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
If you're just waking up and have the day off and starting a leisurely morning, you'll enjoy a temperature outside of 77 degrees with a dew point. Pretty comfortable, coming in at about 72. East wind blows at about 6, and there's really no problems this morning weather-wise out there. Should be fairly dry, and the humidity comfortable enough for this time of year. 76 degrees Wauchula, Arcadia, 77 Mayaca, Lakewood Ranch. Bradenton and Parrish both come in at 76. We got 77s all the way from Sarasota down through Inglewood back toward Northport. And then in Punta Gorda, you got 75 degrees. Longboat Key comes in a little warmer at 78. We have a trough of low pressure that's sinking southward across the state today. That's going to help enhance our rainfall chances just a little bit this afternoon. It's kind of the leftover wake from what was our tropical storm, Hermine, eventually hurricane, and now post-tropical storm off the Atlantic coast. Its effects still being felt across the state of Florida. Anyway, what we'll see, I think, is that we'll have some showers and thunderstorms building in inland areas a little later on in the day at time of maximum heating. And then those showers will drift back toward the coastline as they die out. What you see right there, a little bit of showery activity that we had earlier on along the east coast of the state. That has been pressing southward and kind of dissipating as it does so. All this line of cloud cover that you see here wraps up around an area of low pressure that is now Hermine. Hermine still has the potential to produce some wet weather, some high surf, maybe even some beach erosion along the northeastern coastline and down East Maine as well as it continues a trek up toward colder waters of the North Atlantic, where it will eventually just fizzle out without the energy necessary to carry on. It's being absorbed by a trough of low pressure. But the tail end of it still exists across the state of Florida, streaming back out into areas of the Gulf waters as well. That will eventually just wash away as it sinks south and high pressure builds in. Then by tomorrow, some drier air will filter in, and that'll really just squash our rain chances. That dry air at mid and upper levels of the atmosphere is just not going to allow for much in the way of any kind of widespread thunderstorm activity across the state. There may be an isolated one or two, mostly on the other coast because we developed that easterly wind flow, but most of them will not make it across the state. Most of them will die out. So for today, we'll have a few showers around in inland areas developing later in the afternoon, and they will drift to the coast. A few of them will be stronger, so watch for that. Could have some pops of lightning under some. Drier air will move in, well, starting tonight, but certainly you'll notice it tomorrow. And then we'll have a mix of sun and clouds in the forecast for today, making most of today not so bad. I'm talking about the thunderstorm threat because it is a threat always when you have a lot of people gathered at the beach. But for the most part, we're looking at a pretty decent day, except later on in the afternoon when those thunderstorms are around. You can see that dry air here indicated by the tan colors on our water vapor imagery, sinking southward, reducing our rainfall chances. So a few of the storms that line up a little bit later in the day, some of them could be strong, so we'll watch for that. Pops of lightning tomorrow, pretty quiet. Day after, you know, maybe a few more showers around, but all in all, I think we're looking at a dry period for the last at least 3 or 4 days. A chance for us all to kind of dry out a little bit after last week. Forecast for boating today, not bad. Just watch for those late day storms. East wind coming in at about 10 should give you a light chop up bay and inland waters. 1 to 2 foot seas. And the forecast for the next several days, certainly drier than average for this time of year, with daytime highs in the low 90s. Back to you.
Thanks, John. Taking a look at our maps this morning at 6:48. Still that accident in Palmetto at US 41 northbound at 37th Street Court. No slowdowns because of it, though. The Palmetto Bridge is picking up in volume just a little bit as you get off there at the DeSoto Bridge southbound. Ellington looks great. The interstate is clear there, and so are the roadways as you head into Sarasota. I'm not seeing any slowdowns. Not many people heading to work today on the Labor Day holiday. All schools are closed. The arteries out to 75 still clear. And as you head down into Venice and Northport, same story there. We're not seeing any issues. In health news this morning, marijuana use is still illegal in most of the U.S., but as laws begin to change, so is public opinion on the use of the drug.
A new report shows more Americans admit to using marijuana. Fewer Americans believe it's harmful to our health. NIH researchers reviewed 13 years worth of data from surveys. It found that in 2002, 50% of those surveyed felt marijuana could have a detrimental effect on health. In 2014, only 1 in 3 adults felt the same way. Researchers say changing attitudes could be due in part to marijuana legalization laws, which have now been adopted in 24 states and Washington, D.C. Health experts say all types of smoke inhalation can have long-term side effects, and previous studies have linked cannabis use with a weaker immune system and chronic bronchitis.
In entertainment news, at the box office this weekend, horror once again took over. Don't Breathe took the top spot for the second week in a row, bringing in $15 million. Suicide Squad stays strong, coming in second with $10 million. Disney's Pete's Dragon rounded out the top 3, bringing in $6 million.
Ryan Gosling's latest film is getting the attention of other big Hollywood stars. In a press conference about his own film, Sully, Tom Hanks took a moment to give praise to Gosling's new film called La La Land. Gosling plays a jazz pianist struggling to make it in the big city. Hanks says the film is brand new and wonderful. The film is already getting praise at film festivals and is set to be released in December.
It's a bad day for those fans who hope to see a Justin Bieber sculpture at the New York State Fair. Police say someone destroyed the pop singer's head at the popular sand sculpture exhibit. Police have no idea who may have done it or why. Many actually felt bad for the sculptor, who reportedly spent hours on this year's display. They're so intricate, so that is pretty frustrating. Even if it doesn't matter if it's Justin Bieber or anybody else, but that is messed up. I don't know why they would just
Somebody's hard work trashed like nothing.
Hopefully there were some cameras in there and they could find out who it was. Yeah. Don't you think? Still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast.
The University of Tennessee has its newest fan. We'll show you how he was welcomed into the world coming up.
Hurricane season is here, so when severe weather threatens, count on the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7.
We bring you storm warnings faster and with more detail than ever before.
And track storms right down to your neighborhood.
On air, online, and on your mobile device. Turn to the official Suncoast Storm Team at ABC7. We're here for you. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
This is important news for women diagnosed with ovarian cancer. Talcum powder may have caused your ovarian cancer. According to many studies, long-term use of talcum powder in products such as baby powder or shower-to-shower for feminine hygiene is linked directly to ovarian cancer. If you are an ovarian cancer victim or if a loved one died from ovarian cancer after using talcum powder, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call now.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is a special health alert for seniors suffering with joint pain. If you have Medicare insurance, you may qualify for high-quality support braces at little or no cost.
I'm thrilled with my knee braces.
Now, there is a simple and proven solution for seniors to get out of pain with state-of-the-art support braces.
I barely feel any pain at all.
Braces for your knees and back, as well as your shoulders and ankles, too.
I'm so happy with the quality of these braces.
Call now, and you could qualify for a pain-relieving brace at little or no cost.
I can play ball again, and it doesn't hurt.
And because of my Medicare coverage, it costs me next to nothing.
So call now.
And because I have this red, white, and blue Medicare card, my braces have cost me just about nothing.
It's true. You may get a knee, back, shoulder, and ankle brace at little or no cost.
They qualified me for 2 knee braces and a back brace.
If you have knee or back pain, give them a call. They can help.
1-800-476-8967. 1-800-476-8967.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beauty Rest, Eye Comfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Whether you're a homeowner looking for a professional installation or a contractor looking for top quality products, Sarasota Glass and Mirror can meet your every need.
For 42 years, Sarasota Glass and Mirror has been the area's premier supplier and installer of quality glass products for your home or business. As an authorized PGT WinGuard dealer, we know how to protect your home with everything from the PGT WinGuard impact-resistant windows and doors to shower enclosures and decorative mirrors. The Sarasota Glass and Mirror team has the knowledge to tackle any project.
Suncoast roadways are moving along pretty well this morning. Only one accident in Palmetto right now at US 41 northbound at 37th Street Court, not causing slowdowns. Looks like the bridges are still pretty clear at this point in the morning. The interstate also clear. We're not seeing any delays on 41 or 301 into Sarasota. Arteries out to 75 clear, and same story in South County. Looks great for your Labor Day morning.
Looks pretty good for us weather-wise today. At least the first half of the day will start out with a lot of sunshine mixed with some fair weather clouds. Nice day to get out and about, enjoy what Florida has to offer. And then as we head into the later afternoon or evening hours, you'll start to see the skies darken in inland areas as storms build there and gradually drift back to the coast. Some of them could produce a lot of lightning and periods of some heavy rainfall. Then over the next several days, we are going to dry out significantly, reducing the rainfall chances over the course of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Okay, I'm done.
Thank you, John. Now, a couple in Tennessee have, well, they were celebrating their anniversary by going to the Appalachian State Tennessee game. Kelly, the woman, was very close to being due for their next baby, as you see. And as it turned out, maybe the excitement of the game forced her into labor because they had to leave the game as she went into labor and get stuck in traffic surrounding the game trying to get to the hospital. But finally, they made it, and they had a baby boy. And luckily for them, it could have been disastrous because the boy will probably be a Tennessee fan growing up because they are. But Appalachian State almost beat them on the anniversary of when the biggest upset in college football history when they beat Michigan. Yeah, it was a very good game. But Tennessee pulled it out, thankfully, for the little guy.
Have a great morning.